If you haven't retired yet, buckle up. And if you have, tell me if I'm wrong on this, because nobody warned us about this part of retirement. For the first 6 months, I was pumped. I mean, we sold our house of 30 years in the suburbs. We moved to this ultra modern condo in the city. And I thought, all right, fresh start, let's do this. Until I picked up a plate and burst into tears, because every item in that house had a story. You know what I mean, you have it too. And my question, does this fit in the new condo, was almost always no. So I'm getting rid of these things that are part of me for so long. We weren't just moving, we were downsizing our entire life. But the hardest part came after the last box was unpacked. That's when it hit. The part of retirement nobody talks about. It's not the money, and it's not the travel plans. It's the moment your identity just sort of vanishes. I used to be busy, deadlines, people, purpose. Then one day, silence. And not the peaceful kind, the eerie kind. The kind that makes you wonder, do I still matter? I remember one Tuesday, I was home alone and I just stared at the plant. I was thinking, who am I if I'm not that person anymore? And I know some of you are yelling at the screen, yeah, but you're free now. Sleep in, watch Netflix, clean out the junk drawer. I know, and I did. And I also started 10 projects, finished 0, ate 6 times before noon. Who does that? I made Andy's omelet the night before just so I could sleep in. I even found myself talking to the dog constantly. He's my new assistant. I don't know, I guess I just wanted to feel like I was still in charge of something, like the old days. And I even was really playing dress up with him, and he hated it. Let's just say he didn't love the pearl tiara. Cute. Oh, and don't even get me started on Netflix. I watched 2 limited series, 2 in 3 days. And then I started another one, and halfway through I realized that I already watched it. Oh, and I still didn't feel like me. Because here's what nobody tells you. Retirement isn't just about leaving a job. It's about losing a version of yourself and having to build a new one with no plan, just you. And that strange in-between. Eventually, I stopped trying to feel like my old self and started asking, what feels like me now? Not the productive me, not the boss me, just me. I tried pickleball. I sucked. It turns out that I'm not nearly as coordinated as I thought I was. I watched a documentary about how hot dogs are made. Who knew? And gross. And slowly I started letting the days just be, just like whatever happens. Which brings me to Andy. Retirement changes your marriage too, and nobody has said anything to me about that. Who knew that? We had to adjust. We went from let's meet for dinner at 6 to why are you breathing so loudly? And some days we clicked. I mean, it worked, and some days we give each other a lot of space, let's say. And we're getting better at it, and we're laughing through it now, mostly. Oh, my neighbor Pat, she volunteers for everything. Bless her little heart. But I didn't want to, not because I didn't care, but because I spent years giving my time to everyone else, and And I didn't want to stay busy just to feel useful. I wanted to feel like me again. So what did I do? I started this YouTube channel. Yep, and I'm obsessed with it. My daughter asked me to go to lunch, and I said, I can't, I'm working. And she says, working? Mom, you're retired. But I wasn't just editing a video. I was trying to feel like I mattered again. And maybe I filled the space a little too fast. But at least this time, it was with something that it felt like it was mine. So here's what I want to ask you. If this is our big reset, what do you want in this chapter? What do you want it to feel like? Because if you're somewhere between this is amazing and what have I done, you're not stuck, you're starting. And yeah, it's weird and it's messy, but it's also kind of amazing because we get to rebuild this life from scratch and with all the wisdom that we didn't have. So tell me in the comments, what surprised you most about retirement? And hit subscribe if you're figuring it out too, because we don't need all the answers. We need each other.